Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gabriela Bucci, and today we're going to be talking about financial communication in marriage. That topic most couples avoid. For some couples, money is not a conversation, and I begin to wonder why. It's a secret. And I asked, how can you be married to someone for over 10 years or even more and you still don't know how much that person earns? You don't know what's in the account. You don't know what land they've bought. You don't even know how many accounts they have. And somehow, we normalize it in our marriages. We normalize it as couples and we don't see anything wrong with it. You will hear things like, a man should not tell his wife his salary. It's an abomination for a woman to know how much her husband has. Once she knows, she won't respect you again. And I begin to wonder, where is all that coming from? Probably because you married the wrong person, or you married the wrong wife. Because I don't see a reason why a woman that knows your salary should disrespect it in any form. You also hear things like, the women don't tell your husband how much you earn exactly. You can actually divide the money into two or divide the money into three. Tell your husband some part of it. Do not tell your husband some part of it. And we normalize all those things. But nobody talks about what this secrecy does to a marriage. Nobody talks about it. We're also comfortable about it. Imagine sleeping beside someone every night, sharing children, a house, a name. But when it comes to money, you're completely locked out. Bills come up and you're guessing. Why? Because you don't even know if your husband will be able to pay. You don't know how much he has. School fees are due and you're praying to God to provide money for school fees. Meanwhile, your husband has more and more of that school fees in his account. Something breaks in the house and you're afraid to ask for money to replace it because you feel your husband doesn't have money and you're not sure if the money is there or not. A marriage without financial communication does not feel safe at all. It feels like you're walking on eggshells, and the painful part is many people don't even realize this isn't normal. They think secrecy equals wisdom. Secrecy about money does not equal wisdom at all. They think hiding money equals control. But what this really creates is distance. Now, let's say something that is very common among marriages. A man buys a land. He buys a house. He invests in properties and the wife is not even aware of it. Are you not thinking as a man, what if something happens to you tomorrow and your wife doesn't know anything about the properties you have bought? And eventually at times, when the wife finds out, probably from a family member, sometimes by accident or sometimes after a fight, then when she asks, the answer is, it's my money. I don't need your permission. If that money belongs to the both of you, you're not asking for her permission. At the point where you chose her to be your wife, you should know that she is a part of you. Marriage was never supposed to be two private lives under one roof. The same thing happens the other way around too. You see, women, they save quietly. They even have accounts that the husbands are not aware. You see them like, you better be saving money for raining days. If at all there will be a raining days, it should be the both of you saving that money. You see, women, they buy properties without even their husband knowing about it. What kind of a marriage are we into where we cannot include our partners into what we are doing? You see some women, they invest quietly. Their husband does not know about it though. He's not supposed to find out about it. Meanwhile, you have told your friend. Meanwhile, you have told your family members. Yet, the man that you sleep with every night, the man that you stay with under the same roof, the man that you have children with, the man that both of you decided for better, for worse, both of you are doing your things differently, all because it is money. And you see women, they do this not because they are wicked, but because they don't feel safe talking about money. Maybe because you, the husband, you have never talked about money to them. And that's right there is the real problem. When you don't discuss money with your spouse, when you don't discuss money with your wife, she in turn will not discuss her own money with you. In fact, at times, it's even from your money that the woman will save and save and save quietly. You will not know anything about it. Because when you're doing your own business, you are hiding it. You don't want her to know about it. Another thing, most people don't even know each other's ATM pin. Not because of fraud, though, not because of boundary, but because of fear. Fear that the partner may empty the account. Fear of control. Fear of being questioned. Fear of being exposed. Yes, because some of you keep money. The money you keep is not good money. Probably for the women, you got it from men. And you don't want your husband to find out about the money. You don't want to be exposed. That is why you have decided to hide the money. The same thing with men. They don't want to be exposed because they will keep some money that they will use for cheating. That is why you don't want your wife to know about the money you have kept. You don't want to tell her everything about the money. You just want to bring it small and give her to spend. Today you bring small money. Tomorrow you bring another small money. The woman doesn't even know how much you have. You both are just spending your money separately. And this feels off when the person you trust with your body, with your children and your future cannot be trusted with your pain. What happens in emergencies? What happens if someone is hospitalized? What happens if something sudden happens? Love without access is fragile. Money silence is not peace. Some couples will tell you, we don't fight about money. But the truth is, they don't fight because they don't even talk about money. Now, let me tell you, if you don't talk about money in your marriage, silence is not peace. Silence is avoidance. One person is carrying the stress quietly and the other person is making decisions alone. And both of you are drifting emotionally without even realizing it. Money issues don't always show up as shouting. Sometimes they show up as emotional withdrawal. They show up as resentment in your marriage. Oh, I will handle it myself. How can you handle it yourself when you have a partner that both of you are supposed to handle it together? Another thing in marriage is the moment you mention about joint accounts, hey, people begin to panic. What if she empties it? What if he controls it? What if I lose my independence? But the joint account is not about control. It's about partnership. It doesn't mean you won't have personal accounts, please. It means there's a shared place for shared responsibilities, rents, food, school fees, savings, and emergency funds. A marriage without a shared money often becomes a marriage without a shared vision. Hear me. Should I increase the volume? Saving together changes everything. There is something powerful about saving together. When both of you are watching the same account, you start thinking differently. You don't make reckless decisions alone. You pause before spending. You consult each other. Saving together forces communication. It forces planning. It forces honesty, and slowly it builds trust in your marriage because you have discussions before execution of any plan. Now, one of the biggest financial wounds in marriages is not lack of money. It's lack of consultation, buying of land without talking, starting a business without talking, loaning money without talking, helping extended family without talking. You are not taking permission. You are simply informing that person of what you want to do. And if you marry the right man, if you marry the right woman, that person is not supposed to stop you when you want to make such transaction. You're just informing the person because both of you are one. Even when the intention is good, the damage is real. You begin to drift apart. Marriage is not about asking for permission. It's about respecting partnership. When decisions are made together, mistakes don't feel like betrayal. They feel like lessons. There are sometimes husband and wife make decisions together about a business that probably do not go well. But you see, they heal together. They hold each other strong. They learn from what have happened and they move on forward. But if you're the only person that have made an investment and it failed, you will see yourself, you can't even talk out. You will just be, you'll be shrinking inside. You don't have anybody to share it with. In marriage, when money is open, something shifts. You stop guessing. You stop assuming because you know how much is in your partner's account. Okay, from a life experience, there are some certain things I can't ask my husband because I know his worth. Now ask yourself this: do you know your partner's worth? Do you know your husband's worth? Do you know your wife's worth? I hear some people, they will ask their partner, please buy me this. You're asking for things that your partner cannot even afford. I don't blame you. You're asking because you don't know the worth of your partner. You don't know how much the person have in his account. I can use my husband's ATM pin and go out. I buy what I know I am supposed to buy. I will not cross a limit because I know how much he has. I know how much is coming in month end. I know how much is coming in right now. I know how much left last month. That is how marriage should be. You should know how much your partner worth so that you don't start asking for things that he can't afford. And it's okay. For example, Valentine is coming. Oh, my husband is going to buy me a car. Oh, my husband, Father Lord, I pray, let my husband buy me a car. Listen, your husband do not have the money for car. Yes. Because if you know what is in your husband's account, you will not be praying for things that you know cannot happen. There is this joy that comes in from inside when you have a shared account, you have shared money, you are open to each other. You're not scared all the time in marriage. There are some persons in their marriage, they're always scared because they are scared of being exposed. They are scared of so many things. Why? Because you choose to be scared. Yes. You choose to be scared. You go out and you get a phone and your spouse is like, oh, congratulations. You don't even know how the phone came about because you don't know how much your partner is worth. And once you're open about money in marriage, you stop being afraid to ask questions. You feel included. You feel secure. You feel like you're truly building a life together. And that's what marriage is supposed to feel like. Marriage is supposed to feel like both of you are together. Not secrecy, not fear, not power games, but oneness. Now let's close it up quickly. Money will not destroy a marriage. But you know what is going to destroy a marriage? Silence will. Secrecy will. Pride will. And remember, if you don't have financial communication in marriage, you are not being submissive in your marriage. You are not doing the will of God in your marriage. If you pray together, sleep together, plan children together, then you can talk about money together. It's no big deal. Marriage is not just love, it's trust. And trust requires openness. If you say this message very helpful, share it to someone who needs it. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel because it helps the channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching. See you next in my next video. Bye.